evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MATCHFIT Entertainment and MATCHFIT Entertainment's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's LMU series here, the 2025 LMU series, second LMU series the guys have run this year. There's been some cracking racing so far. It is round 3. We are at Circuit of the Americas, Cota for short. Actually, talking about short, I think we're actually on the short version of the circuit here tonight, as we see the boys and girls roll out for official qualifying here tonight. So short version of Cota, it is round 3, 2025 Rainlight Racing LMU series. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Davo here, rolling solo again on a Monday night, while J-Man away gallivanting around Australia somewhere, I hear. So I hope he's having a great time. Well, you know, I'm keeping up, you know, appearances here for Rainlight Racing on a Monday night. Looking forward to this one. I don't think I've actually ever called the short version of Cota. So, and it cuts out, obviously, a little couple of zigzags up over the top of the hill, and then that big long straight that we love so much here. So yes, vastly different track, really. So it's all action. It's just corners on this version of the track, as you just see. You just pick it up on the number 43 car, the SIMBLACKS car, mind you, of Steve Cross on there, just running through that little shorty cutout section there, and then quickly back onto the main circuit there, and it comes out just at the end of that big long straight, so they just get straight back into this twisty stuff. Like I said, not much reprieve for the drivers here, just that short start finish straight, and then it's just business the whole time. You know, up to the hairpin, back down through those crazy long radius S's, straight into a little twisty crossover, and then back at the end of the big long straight, and that literally just puts them straight back into that that last sector of the track, which is mighty twisty itself. So plenty going on, no room for error, as like I said, we see the boys and girls out on track for official qualifying. Just picking up on Ichikawa, who has only just been pipped by Matty Clark. Actually, I think Clark in one of the Mercedes-Benz. But Ichikawa there in one of the Tokyo taxis, the Lexi. And quite rapid in that car as well. A couple of Lexus, or Lexi, should I say, in the field. Ken Worcester being another Lexus driver. So, yeah, few of the Camrys out there. So, Matty Clark. Let's just talk about Matty Clark again. In the Mercedes for this series. So, round 3 of this second LMU series for Rainlight Racing in 2025. So Matty Clark in the Mercedes-Benz, and out, I think it was the Aston Martin he was driving last series. Bewley in second position, also in a Mercedes, and those guys always going head to head, as is Ichikawa always in that mix as well. Steve Crossan, who we did just talk about in the 43 Aston, SIMBLACKS Aston. Thank you very much. Also out of the McLaren and into the Aston and showing some good form. However, I think he had a pretty tough week last week, removing some of the aero on the back of that car, making it very difficult to drive. Geez, this is shaking up quickly. Now we've got Gunther Rowe on the top of the board with Satherley next, Ichikawa in third. So the guys coming up to speed pretty quickly. Bewley now down in seventh. So how quickly things can change. Hayden Tegg currently sitting sixth in one of the mighty Mustangs there in the Golf livery car. But probably not for long, as we see Goddard just replace him on that position. Also, 1-2, look out for Nick Firth in the Firthies. I don't know what it is this time, maybe French fries or fish fingers or something. The Firthies fish fingers or fries. Aston. And has been looking pretty speedy over the last couple of weeks in that car. So another one to watch, and actually just pipping Bewley there for 8th position. So Joseph Marnie rounding out the top 10, or he was until it is changed again. I think it's actually Chris Fraser in this stunning looking Mustang that's actually just snuck up into the top 10 and slipped everything down a little bit. Who else have we got? Pete Dawson in 12th, Bateman, Danny Bateman in 13th, Eddie Thackeray in 14th, Lilyglass in 16th, Costas Makalos 17th, Sam Wozniak 18th, and Robert Mitchell, I think, in 19th. Actually, I think the rest of my list there aren't at the track. So anyway, so we will stick with the top 18, ladies and gentlemen, down to Sam Wozniak at the moment in one of the BMWs. Look, not long yet to go. Qualifying, only a little under 7.5 minutes yet to run. And it's been a pretty fiercely contested so far. Ichikawa sitting on the top, well, provisionally at this stage, and I did talk about how quick he is in the Lexus. So, yeah, really making a top showing, and just around that final corner there to come across for another lap. Not burying his lap, but not too far off it. Satherley as well, chasing him down. So we got 31.7s for Ichikawa and 31.9s for Satherley. So some very close times. Crossland now in third on a 32.0, and good friend and always competitor on the track. Gunther Rowe sitting in 4th position on a 32.1, so those guys particularly close as well. As is Nick Firth, he's on a 32.2, so yeah, he's not too far out of that mix as well. Goddard up there, so we've got 32.3s for Goddard, 32.5s for Clark, 2.8s for Dawson, before we get to Chris Fraser in 9th, who is first of the 133. A little over 5 minutes yet to run. Cameras on George Goddard as we speak in the Ferrari. Always one to watch. Even those boys up the pointy end on us, as always, is George. southerly as well. One to watch out tonight, for tonight. Showed some, look, the usual suspects, this top 5 mob, all showed some outstanding pace over the first couple of rounds so far in the series. As we're just watching southerly there from the helicam, just getting off that main circuit into this very tricky and tight little crossover there, and then back out onto the main circuit at the end of the main straight, and straight back into it, into some of the most hectic few corners actually on the track. I mean, the whole track is pretty technical anyway, so yeah, not much of a respite for the boys tonight. Clarkey to the top, why doesn't that surprise us? Coming up to speed towards the end of qualifying. 4 minutes to go. Ichikawa still out on track, or is he? Just looks like he just maybe cycling those tyres down a little bit, taking it easy through one of the chicanes there. Crossland's still out on track on his out lap here, as was Ichikawa, and now again Matt Clark. So these guys feel on this shorter layout that they've got time for another shot at this. Firth, he's still on track. It's coming onto this back sector of the circuit. A little over 3 minutes. That's not good to hear, just reading the chat box there. Jono, no power, means no racing, no joy there. But look, at least you can get the stream going on your one of the devices, and you know, just keep an eye on what's going on up throughout the field. Over the next hour or so, qualifying winding down, lap times tumbling as we speak. Bewley eclipsing Clark's time here by very, very little, about 600ths of a second. So nice work with Bewley. Both Bewley and Clark rocking the Mercs. By Ichikawa in the left side, 31.7. So still like literally a little over a tenth between Ichikawa and Bewley there for the top spot. So Bewley, Clark and Ichikawa first, second, third respectively. Crossland back and across the line in the 43 SIMBLACKS Aston Martin, and dipping into the 31s as well, 31.9 for crossing, 31.9 as well for Southerly, who is just running through this first sector of the circuit. So what is one of the maddest set of flowing corners here, just one side to the other, no let up, and then quickly out onto that little crossover section of the circuit, and then down on to that back straight again, and through that tight, very switchbacky little hairpin there at the end of that straight. So that camera angle shows you how pinched up and tight that little switchback is there. And you can imagine what the guys, the brakes on these things, trying to pull these cars up when they're actually running the long circuit, and then ripping down there. They've been coming down that straight for what seemed like forever, and then having to pull those cars up for that very pinched up little hairpin at the end of it. Not so much tonight, as they come up on it pretty quickly after the crossover, and really just sort of the car washes out and just wants to fall straight into it. So very different dynamic there as we just watch Satherley roll across the line, ladies and gentlemen, as the qualifying finishes. A couple of cars still out on track. Goddard, one. Bewley actually already parking that. I think we got Wozniak and possibly Tag as well, but a few of these boys starting to pull up now. Before we go to race, obviously again we're gonna thank the guys over at Rainlight Racing for putting on such a great show for everybody here in Rainlight Racing's 2025 LMU series, second series they run this year already. So look, get amongst the guys. These guys again got the good people at SIMBLACKS on board. These guys always give away some stuff at the end of the season, so definitely worth getting involved with these guys. Links to their Discord in the description on the video, as is, I think, links to their Insta, their socials, guys. Keep up with what's going on with everything Rainlight by following them on Instagram, obviously, and I'm sure you don't have to look too hard to find them on, probably other social platforms as well. But just keep up with everything what's going on there. And like I said, get amongst it, get involved with the series. Still a few rounds to go, obviously 10-round series tonight, fairly quick one. Actually, the race only 60 minutes here at Cota. So, short, sharp, little race here tonight at Cota for round 3. Actually, just quickly, let's get a load of the points. Here we go. Leaderboard. My. Who's that? On the top of the list, who would have thunk it? Steve Crossland in the Vantage with 82 points. Costas Makalos in second with 81. Mr. Bewley in the first of the AMG Mercedes, 76, closely followed by Danny Bateman. Clarkey on 70, and then we got a couple on, is that Satherley and Firthy on 66, 63 for Chris Fraser and Gunther Rowe on 60, as is Joseph Marnie rounding at the top 10. Now that is after 2 rounds, and obviously the list goes on. We've got the likes of Craig McConnell in an Aston, Sam Wozniak, Pete Dawson, Hayden Tegg, Kenneth Worcester, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th respectively, and Worcester, actually Tegg, Worcester and Dixon, Dixon and Goebel actually equal points there, as is Thackeray and George Goddard. Look, no surprise, ladies and gentlemen, it is only after 2 rounds, so plenty of racing yet to go. This is round 3. We're at Cota on the short circuit, and we will be giving you some live action anytime soon. Let's just get a load of that. Here we go. There we are. Oh, and which car have we landed on? Oh, well, we've landed on Pete Dawson's MATCHFIT Entertainment car with Davo and J-Man's ugly mug plastered all over the roof. But yeah, Pete Dawson representing in the Aston Martin. see if we can get a better camera angle. Can we get a better camera angle? Yes, we can. Why do I have no sound? What's going on there? Let's see if we can fix that. It's just been a little buggy. Let's see what's going on there. Hang on.
Formation lab has started.
But, okay, we are back. We have all facilities now on this very short formation. Let's hope that audio stays in check. As the boys just roll around this last few corners of the circuit towards the start finish line. Before we go green here, round 3, Rainlight Racing's 2025 LMU Series, round 3 at Cota. This is going to be a cracker, guys. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to get busy.
Green flag.
Green flag already. And I think that was Satherley. They're just making a sneaky move, trying to get up beside Crossy there. Running into one there. That's Goddard in the front. Actually, just getting in amongst it. Nick Firth right there with him, as is Costas Macrolos. Good clean start through one. Difficult to do with a big field. 20 odd cars here tonight. So interesting stuff. That Gosselin or what? Yes, it is. And the wall in the 42 car. So not a good start for Gosselin. Got good start for Bewley though. Clark, Itchy-Car and Gunther Rowe. Gunther Rowe already putting pressure on Ichikawa. He wouldn't want to leave the door open. Satherley will be right there in there, making a distance of his got on behind, like I said, Macalot and Firth maybe just shuffled back a spot there as well from starting position, or maybe not actually. I think it was the boys up in front. It was the Goddards and Macalosses there trading positions all the same, not too far behind Chris Fraser and Pete Dawson rounding out the top 10. What a fantastic start. I think the only car off there I saw in the background might have been Crossland in the Aston Martin, as Bewley takes control of the race across the start finish line for the first lap. Clarky right behind, having a big deep dive, big look. Gunther Rowe, so these guys have already gapped Rowe and Ichikawa in one lap. Ichikawa's got plenty to think about with Satherley, obviously on his little bit of a gap back to the Macalos Goddard battle, but it just had a look at the terrain after that. Second lap in. Look at that. What a view. Good, tidy stuff. Guthrie Rowe with the fastest lap so far. BMW actually in clean air. So he's dispatched Ichikawa in the background there. So we're just watching the cars falling through. So Ichikawa now probably vulnerable to the likes of Satherley. Satherley already on the march. Good clean start here. The racing's fierce. Only 2 laps in. It is on. It is on. And let's quickly get up the front here, because look what's going on up here. A challenge for the lead already. Clark's just like, come on. let's do this. Are we doing it now? You can see in the background there, Gunther Road, with a big bit of clean air there. Just want to stay focused and knuckle down there. But it's all going on behind him. Look at that train of cars there as they just continue to file through. Great field of cars here tonight. 23 on track as we speak. Bewley leading the race after, well, we're only on 3 laps, after a couple of laps. But Clark looking to make some gains already. But the real battle starts here. Ichikawa, Satterley, Costas, Goddard, Firth, Fraser and Dawson out the top 10. A little bit of gap back to Teg. He's got a little bit of clean air there, Teg. You can see him in the background in the Golf Mustang. No such luck for these boys as we just watched Dawson. Dawson on Fraser. Can he make that stick? He's got the inside up into 1 here. Oh, a bit of side drive going on there. He's got this. So good. Good 101 move there from Dawson, actually. Textbook stuff from Pete. Wouldn't expect anything less. Cota, Nick Firth. Firthy just staying in touch. It's hectic. Oh no, we have, that is unforced error, I'd say, for Pete Dawson, and I'm sure I saw, who was that going around as well? Oh, we've lost it. Oh no. Who was that? Oh wow. The orange one, sorry. Trying to pick up who that was, and we've lost him. It's not Teg. Oh, so different. So, plenty going on in the background. What's going on in the background, but what's going on in the foreground here? That was Matt Clark having a massive friggin' lunge. Up underneath the rear wing of Nathan Bewley. Having a good solid look into 1. We look over the rear wing of Bewley's car. Through that little cut through. Back out the back straights quickly into this little pinched up left-hand hairpin here. Very busy circuit. Get back to the action. Wow. Just as we thought the boys were settling in, it just ramped up another level. I think a couple of unforced errors there. In that mid-pack, in that train of cars, so easy to just lose your focus and your concentration sometimes. If we watch Marnie in the Merc, just getting harassed by Fackery there. Fackery's got to think about Lawrence behind him as well, because he's in very close proximity. All the guys chasing down Wozniak up in front. But the fight we were watching was this one here. It's the Ichikawa, Makalos, Goddard, Nick Firth. And we lost the McLaren out of that, which was a bit of a shame. Tom Satherley we lost, actually. Tom Satherley. So, there. And definitely looking strong. You know who else is looking strong? Look at this Gunther Road. Look at where he's sitting. We're what? Bloody 5 laps in. Sweet ass. Big, clean a bit of track to run around on. All he's got to do is hit his marks. Nail those apexes, Gunther. Tear the mirror off. You don't need to know what's behind you, mate. A couple of lunges we saw earlier from Matt Clark. Did him no favours though. Beautiful. Actually just settled into a bit of a rhythm now after 5 laps. Tyres are up to temp. And just gapping Clarkie there. Where's the fight? Ichikawa backwards. This is the mid-pack of all mid-packs. Look at this. Ichikawa, Makalos got up. Back to Firth. And then you got Fraser and Teg. These two, a couple of mighty Mustangs. They'll be fighting it out any second. And then Wozniak's actually got away from this lot behind him because look at this. Look at the chaos that's going on behind him. That is Joseph Marnie, Edward Thackeray, Dixon and Lawrence. Look at these guys going at it. Oh my God. It's hectic. When you watch that sort of action, you quickly understand how easily it is to lose your concentration for just a split second. Look at this 2x2 in through the big sweeping right-hander. I think that's Dixon at the back in the Porsche there. That's Lawrence in the background, in the Porsche, just making life really difficult for Dixon in the BMW in front of him. But look, that's where all the action is here. After, what, it's only been 12 minutes. Here we go, up to T1. Just relentless. Oh, Dixon on Thackeray is just amazing. The proximity, easily some bad touching going on there. Looked like contact between the two BMW. Everyone survives it though. And again, who was that running deep there? That was Thackeray running deep. What's going on in front? Why is that car coming back? That's the Marnie Mercedes-Benz. So Joseph's come back, and look who's in front now. Lawrence. He's taken the whole lot of them. And is looking to chase that Wozniak. So just getting tangled up there with that Mercedes of Marnie there. Really changed positioning and the dynamic now in that battle. You can see the car spread a little bit more. You can also, just in the background there, Pete Dawson starting to join that fight. He's in recovery mode after was an unforced area. Didn't see any contact there in that spin from Dawson. Very much in the distance there, you can see there Emmy Bateman. So Dan chasing them down from the back of them. Let's get up the pointy end. Let's see what's going on. Nathan Bewley still controlling the race. as we sort of head towards the 15-minute mark, which at 15-minute mark actually tonight is about a quarter of the race. So nearly 25% through the race, but yeah, after 8 laps, the boys are on lap 9 now. Purely just smashing it out. Clarkey with the fastest lap though in second, has lost some ground in the last 2 or 3 laps. So just maybe trying to regather his composure. Might have another crack before the end of the race. We're going to see how they go on fuel and the VE. Got the row in third, and a very comfy third, 2 by 2. Big chase up to the 2 guys at the top, but massive gap to this lot. Ichikawa, Makalos, Goddard and Firthy. And that is Makalos having a big look at the Lexus into 1. Great opportunity to pass there if he can get it right. And as much as it looks like there is plenty of road out of T1 to work with, damn, it tightens up real quick. Look at how active this is. So over the rear wing of Ichikawa's car there, that is the friggin' Chevy of Costas Makalos, George Goddard, I think actually in one of the Ferraris, and then Firthy there in Aston Martin. And then we have Fraser and Tech both in Mustangs. The field is still fairly, you don't have to actually look back here too far. Let's just have a sneaky peek back here. So that's Lawrence and Wozniak and the boys that we were just had cameras on earlier. So they're not actually too far behind that Ichikawa, Makalos and co battle. So these guys are still making pace even though they are fighting so hard for it. So awesome stuff. Let's get back up to 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th just quickly again. We see Makalos, and Makalos unforced just gets on the loud pedal too hard. He's got to turn that thing around. Oh, makes contact with the fence. It won't like that. So unforced error, I suspect, from Makalos there. Showed the nose for the 2nd time. 2nd lap in a row there. And I was only just saying, it's a tricky corner. You think you got plenty to work with, and then you get there and you just don't, you know. So Makalos quickly finding that out. Little bit of, look, very slight bit of breathing space for Ichikawa, but quickly Goddard already taking his place. Maybe a little bit of damage on the front of Goddard's Ferrari there, so I'm not sure whether there was possibly a bit of contact between him and the Corvette that the cameras didn't quite pick up. We definitely had cameras on the cars, but it was a bit of an odd angle. So Goddard took Makalos's place there in the queue. Firthy up another position into 6th. Obviously Fraser, Teg, Lawrence and Dixon all benefited from that little excursion there, from that unfortunate little spinny sort of thing that Makalos did. Poor bugger. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Oh, you guys look so busy on the chat box. I've got my hands full here tonight, running solo, so hard for me to respond to you and keep up with the action going on the track, and that's why you guys are here, is to watch the action. And I need to take a break. I need to just read the chat box for a moment and take a swig on this drink. so good to have, like I said, welcome to you guys join in every week. And it's the usual suspects with the Worcester's fan club here, the girls. They're always here. Good on to see you guys again, obviously. And Bobby Louise as well. But look, everybody. We've also got Lisa Teague in here too, actually. And Sue Clark as well. Another big fan. So good to see the girls tuning in. Watching their guys run around. And they're doing a stellar job tonight. Absolutely awesome race so far. Plenty of great races. And all the boys are doing. Actually, I did. We haven't had cameras on. I was talking about the Worcester fan club. We haven't had cameras on again since the beginning of the race. So let's give him a bit of airtime. There in the Wheels Inc. And crazy paint job of this car. Very, very nice car to look at in the Wheels Inc. Lexi, the Tokyo Taxi, the Camry, whatever you want to call it. But yes, smashing it out there. One of only a couple of Lexus in the field, but Ken always keeping it clean and smashing it out. Great looking car. Get up and we'll work our way through the field here. Steve Crossland in recovery mode after a spin. I think it might have even been lap 1 just into through the S is there. Very unfortunate across into number 42 SIMBLACKS. Mike Root in one of the Porsches there in stealth black. We know why that's in stealth black, but we'll fix that. I'm sure we'll fix that in the next few weeks. Actually, he's going to have plenty to think about soon because he has got that angry little bunch of bees coming up behind him pretty soon. We got Fox, Glass, Kramer, Worcester, and Hemi Bateman actually going from 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th up to Danny Bateman in the Lamborghini. And like I said, who else we got there? What's 10th down? Will Dixon, Sam Wozniak, Pete Dawson also in recovery mode in the MATCHFIT Entertainment car. Joseph Barney doing a stellar job. Actually, he nearly got tangled up with that secondary mid-pack there earlier, so he survived that and carries on in 13th. We got Dixon in 10th, Lawrence in 9th. So Dixon and Lawrence chasing down Teg, actually. So Teg's dropped back a bit from Fraser in the other Mustang there. So Teg needs to just sharpen his game up, just sort of get refocused. The car's probably changing throughout the race. We're 25 odd minutes in, and it will be feeling like a vastly different car as the fuel loads come off it and the tyre wears. So just need refocus on what he's doing there. We've got Nick Firth in 6th, George Goddard, Ichikawa in 4th, and got the row way up in front. But let's get back to this lot. Okay, so there's 3 of them now. Okay, so changes. Who's there? Snackolos is back in the pit. Either way, here we are. Ichikawa, George Goddard, Nick Firth. The boys seem to have dropped someone off that bunch, and I just can't think of who it is. Chris Fraser in 7th. Now Fraser, like I was just mentioning, just making a bit of distance between himself and Teg. And I sort of feel like it might be actually Teg maybe just losing his rhythm a little bit, because he's actually going back towards Lawrence and Dixon as well. So I'm unsure whether Fraser's actually been any quicker, but maybe Teg's just off his game a little bit at this stage of the race. We're sort of getting down towards the halfway mark, and we're sort of probably getting to a stage where we might see some pit stops starting to play. Let's get a quick sticky beak up the pointy end here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get eyes on Nathan Bewley starting to round up. Oh, there's another Lexus, just quickly. Round up some of the lapped vehicles. You can see not far in the background. Yes, that is Matt Clark. We just swish the camera over there, swish. Holding our second position. And right there, if Bewley makes even the slightest slip up, Matty there, 2 pounds. And look, as I suppose Bewley has to start navigating his way through some of these lap vehicles, you know, even just a lapse in concentration without any contact is enough to lose you some track position. So Matt will be trying to stay focused there and just keep his lap times ticking. Gunther Rowe still holding down that third position, just having a freaking breeze of a race. Like, he has literally not raced. I think he might have raced a little bit in lap 1 and 1 or 2. But even after lap 1, I think he had a bit of a gap on the rest of the boys as he chased Webley and Clark. But look, just had a breeze of a race. 34 minutes yet to go. But look, these guys, but the rest of these guys are really having a ding-dong, and I'm sure are enjoying themselves. So we've got some groups here. Obviously, Ichikawa got on at Firth, which we've had the cameras on a lot. And look, there's been other cars involved there. They've come and gone. But these are the ones after nearly half a race that have stuck it out and stuck together. So Ichikawa, Goddard and Firth, really solid racing from these guys. Back to Fraser, who I think might actually be catching those guys now. And if you just look, I just noticed in the background actually, that is Lawrence in the pool. He's actually snuck past Teg. So clearly Teg starting to circle a little bit slower in the Golf Mustang there towards the end of the race here, and suffering obviously with Harry Lawrence able to sneak past. Behind Teg, Dawson rounding at the top. But that's only 10 of 21 cars. There is so much more. So, Wozniak back in 11th, Thackeray in 12th, Marnie 13th, Will Dixon 14th, Danny Bateman. He just has not been on the radar all night, Dan. So I think the first time I looked at him, he looks like he may have started right at the back of the pack, or even quite possibly in the pit lane, and it's just slowly chipping his way through the field. But yeah, definitely hasn't showed up in the radar. That is Ken Worcester. Chasing Bateman. So Worcester currently at 16th. Kramer in 17th. In one of their big, bad, beautiful Mercedes. It's really class. Mr. Fox, Steve Crossland, and Costas Makalos actually just resting the Corvette in the pit lane as we speak. Let's get back to where this action is. Ichikawa, Goddard, Firth. Sound like a broken record, but literally the 3 closest cars on track, and these guys have been, they literally have delivered for the last Oh, what do we got? 29 and a half minutes or 28 and a half minutes. These guys have delivered when it comes to the action. So here we are again, or still. I don't know whether that was that Rowe's car. What's going on with Rowe there? He's come back to them. He's come way back to them. So I'm not sure whether Rowe's had a bit of a sneaky slip-up. He's getting a bit low on something, or I don't know what's going on. But Rowe definitely now, well, let's say Ichikawa now in touch with Rowe. The car doesn't look, doesn't look very quick. It looks like it's moving slow. And it's only going to be a matter of time. We are going to see, and you can see out of the rear window of Rowe's BMW, that is Ichikawa, Goddard and Firth. I wonder if that thing's got a bad tyre. I just wonder. He doesn't pit though. He stays out. So is he just conserving? Quite possibly. Quite possibly cunning Gunther Rowe. At it again. Just giving those guys a little bit of a carrot to chase as we just quickly, let's have a look at talking about bad paint jobs there, Bobby Louise. Bewley's car, it's just like a sticker bomb, you know, like just throw everything at it with some nice base colours in the blue and the pink. Black on the back on the Mercedes-Benz. It will always look good. Clarkey in the background. Black car. Chrome accents. And a little bit of bright green. Stripery. So all the guys doing actually stellar jobs on the custom skins. A lot of these cars are custom skin cars. So I'll talk about custom skins. Can't go past the custom skin conversation without having a look at Firthy's car. Oh, I know. Let's get a load of this, but it's hard to get a look at it because he's just moving so quick, Firthy, tonight. So yes, the Triple F racing car, Firthy's. Fish fingers, I don't know. It's fish fingers. It is, yes. Firthy's fish fingers. The Triple F car. Quick stuff through the S's. In the Aston, Firthy easily keeping up with Goddard and Ichikawa. We would probably, you know, argue different. It's not that easy. I'll tell you what has looked easy is the way Lawrence has, well, we saw him only a couple of laps ago, dispatch Ted. Well, we didn't actually see it on camera, unfortunately, but you know, easily dispatched the first of these two Mustangs a few laps ago, and it's really quite quickly caught up to now Chris Fraser, one of the other Mustangs. So just wondering whether the pace on the Mustang dropping off towards it. Only just over halfway. So, but interesting to know. Either way, of the slower vehicles there just getting out of the way. Oh, look. Lawrence attacks into one in the port. He's got the taste for bloody Mustang blood, I tell you, at the moment. As Lawrence. And doing a stellar job. So you see some of these drivers that run towards the back end of the field, and you just their raw pace towards the end of the race. Sometimes you just wonder why they don't start well. But the cars definitely change depending on how they're set up and how the race progresses. The cars definitely do change. So, but Lawrence doing a stellar job, and he's looking like he wants Fraser's position pretty much. So I don't think it'll be long before we see that Porsche sneaking past the Mustang. Let's get another quick eyes on this trio before we go and have a look at it. Now, just see that shot there. That's the Gunther Rowe BMW just in front of that. Now, 5 laps ago, we would not have seen Gunther Rowe's BMW in a shot there coming out of that corner. So Gunther has definitely come back to these boys. They can clearly see him, and what better incentive to just keep your head down, stay focused, because that is 3rd position. That is a position on the podium. That is a step on the podium that is just right in front of them. All 3 of those guys will want that step. So, yeah, a good chase going on. Let's just get back down here and see what's going on. Now we saw Lawrence and Fraser here. They're going on. Oh, actually, lucky we just picked up on them because that is Lawrence through. Nice work. Got that sneaky little beat up on the inside of the corner there. Fraser just unable to stop the Mustang in time, and the Porsche through. Up Harry Lawrence, nice work. So we'll go back one. Hayden Tegg in seriously one of the best looking cars out on the field. Classic golf inspired livery there on the Mustang, and it so suits that car. Just look at that front shot. Oh, perfect. Pete Dawson, well, I've got to say this one's perfect. It's got bloody MATCHFIT Entertainment on it, so that's perfect skin as well. Go Pete. Pete in recovery mode. A little bit of an unforced error earlier on. He was up with that lot, fighting away that trio that we're seeing toasting down Gunther Rowe at the moment. So he was amongst that pack earlier in the race, and small error. Now in recovery mode and holding down the 10th position. Sam Wozniak in the BMW. Bakary, another BMW. Worcester in the Wheels Inc. Lexus. Go Ken. Will Dixon, another BMW. Just tucked in behind him. Adrian Kramer in the Grove, Mercedes-Benz Bateman, just plugging away at it there. In the bright yellow and black Lamborghini. Lily Glass, black and yellow Mercedes-Benz. He's a sucker for a Merc. That is a good looking car. Even though yellow is not my thing. Joe Marnie in, I think it's a sister car. I think, was that what you were saying earlier? I think, who was saying that? One of the girls on the chat box there talking about how Sue Clark, yes, about how it's the sister car for Maddie Clark. So, two different ends of the field, but Joseph Marnie has been, look, right amongst it here tonight and probably lucky to survive what was a pretty hectic mid-pack there earlier on, so nice work from Joe. Where we got Fox in the other Lexus, Crossy in the background in recovery mode. We'll get eyes on Cossy's car because it is a SIMBLACKS car. So we're going to get some eyes on that. Looking fantastic as always. Love the hexagonal stenciling on the back of that car. Looks fantastic, and you do see that hexagonal theme back to quite a bit of our artwork as well, if you look closely. Anyway, enough of that malarkey. Let's get back up the pointy end, see what's going on with Nathan Bewley. 10-second gap over Maddie Clark at the moment, so really focused drive. Can't even see Clark in the background anymore. So well back from Bewley now. Another 14 odd seconds from Clark. Actually, just get him. Here we go. There's Clarky there. So, we might have caught a bit of a shot of him through the wire there, but there he goes up the road there. I think there's actually a Merc in between Clark. Anyway, I'll stop talking. Up the road, another 15 seconds behind that. But that Gunther Road car has not looked quick for at least the last 5 or 6 laps. And that has allowed this bloody trio, the 3 Musketeers here, Ichikawa, Goddard and Firthy, to catch up to a certain extent to the back of Rose BMW, and has proven to be a pretty good incentive, to be honest, because they are getting closer. Who was that? It was to get the flash of the headlights now from Rose, so I think that might have been Bateman having a little moment out of the final corner there. And just at the same time as this lot was coming through, didn't look like it held up anyone, to be honest. But definitely saw Gunther with a flash of the headlights. But again, this is what we're talking about. It can just be distracting. It can just lose your focus and your rhythm just for a second, and you can be around, back this thing into the fence, rear wing's gone, your race is over. Oh, there you go. Update in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. We have lost Matt Clark off the track. So we've got a software failure for Matt Clark. Car back in the garage. So bad luck for Matty there. Holding down a solid second position, albeit didn't look like he was going to challenge Bewley for the win. It's still a podium, and this early in the season, everything counts. So yeah, tough break even to his championship this early in the season. That has obviously gifted second to Gunther Rowe and third now to Ichikawa. Who's that in the background? Firthy is going, okay. Now third's even closer by 1. So you can see him dodging and weaving in the background. Oh, that's such a shame for Clark. Ah, dear. The joys of sim racing, ladies and gentlemen. I tell ya, it can be heartbreaking sometimes. Nick Firth, it looks like he's going to wiggle along. Like I said, only a couple of positions away from bloody third now. Who has got probably a cushy bit of road at the moment is Harry Lawrence, actually. snuck his way past a couple of Mustangs there over the last 20 minutes, half an hour. He's taken his time. He's put him in 6th position though. That car in front of him is out of position. That's the Bateman Lamborghini. So I suspect to see Bateman yield there. Why not? Why not? As we continue to move forward, Harry Lawrence chasing down now Nick Firth. Actually, Nick Firth dropped back a little bit there from Goddard, so not sure what's going on there. Look, 26 seconds between Bewley and Rowe. Hardly worth getting cameras on the man. We've already highlighted how good that car looks and how bloody fast and clever he is. But Gunther Rowe either he might have picked up his pace in the last couple of laps, but if he has, it's only bloody marginally. But I think it might be just an Ishikawa Goddard and Firth, after all getting gifted a position with Clark going out, have they're getting a little bit G'd up, they're a bit wound up, and probably slowing each other up maybe a little bit. But yeah, who knows? Yes, Matt Clark, I do see you in my chat box there on YouTube. Please come join me in the comments box if you like. So plenty going on in this little group of cars. And out by, well, yes, Nick Firth, Harry Lawrence on the move, Chris Fraser and Teg still in camera view of each other, so not that far away from each other, and have pretty much been going at it all night. But yeah, definitely a little bit of distance between those cars now. Actually, that is Pete Dawson, I just noticed in the background, in a MATCHFIT Entertainment car. So he's slowly recovering. Let me see what I can do about that, Matty. So Pete Dawson, yeah, in recovery mode, doing a solid job. He has been gifted obviously a position as well, so now he's up in the 9th, and Sam Wozniak is actually rounding out the top 10 as we speak. We are winding. It is the last quarter of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just see if we can drag this young fella down here. Matt Clark, do we have comms?
You do indeed. Hello, sir.
Matt Clark, ladies and gentlemen. In the comms box. Look at this, what a treat, but not such a good reason for you to be in the comments box tonight, Matt, with a software failure putting you out of the race. I'd rather be having this conversation post-race, but here we are, 15 minutes.
Me too, although considering how my race felt, I know I was running in P2, but it felt like a pretty fitting end for just a hard crash.
Yeah.
I'm having a shocker.
Well, there you go. So, didn't see that coming, just out of nowhere, my friend?
Yep. Yeah, I was just driving, and then it froze for a split second, and then the game vanished.
Yep. So it basically gave you no warning.
No, not at all. Also, I don't know. Have you picked up that Gunther might be screwed here?
Yeah, well, yes, I have noticed that the car has slowed.
The only person that seems to have not clocked that this is a no-stop race.
Oh, and he's around. And he's tapped the back of Goddard in the... Goddard survives it, thankfully. Allows Firth Park. Sorry to interrupt there, Matt. But just as Gunther Rowe turns, unforced. Little error there from Rowe. The car he has not looked comfortable in that car for the last 15 or so minutes, maybe more, Matty, and you think it's about the setup?
I don't know, but I noticed, I thought it was going to be like a very, very quick splash and dash.
Yep.
These boys are going to go to the end, and I think Gunther's the only one who can't. Yeah.
So he's conserving, quite possibly.
If he's driving real slow at this point, yeah, he's clocked now that he needs to be saving fuel.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's what Davo's eyes have observed so far for the last 50-odd minutes. And, well, not for the last 50-odd minutes. Like I said, about last 15 minutes. Yep. I think he's sort of clicked to it, and that car definitely came back toward the battle between Ichikawa, Goddard and Firth, which now has changed again in its dynamic with Firth in front of Goddard after Goddard just only slightly tangled up with a half-spinning Gunther Rowe. So Goddard's Ferrari is looking ever so worse and worse every time we look at it. The damage on the front of it, but I think he might still have Nick's measure, really, and I think we might see that Ferrari in the front of that Aston Martin for long. So plenty going on. So you're all up and running. You got spectating.
Yeah, I'm having a look to see if there's any other interesting gaps.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Please do. It's always handy having another set of eyes, Matt.
Really, only third, fourth, fifth, sixth are the only ones that close together by the looks of it.
It's been like that for some time. Obviously, we've been watching as well Harry Lawrence. Oh, there's having a bloody big look, and he's got it done. Firth just gets out of the way and goes, mate, you can have that. But Lawrence actually slowly working his way through the field. Now into sixth position after just chipping away at it. A couple of unforced errors we've seen from, I think, Steve Crossland and also Pete Dawson. So both of those drivers in recovery mode. But look, the fight really has been just right behind the top the whole bloody way. It's gone there. Boys, Ichikawa in first position. That means...
Did Bewley get dropped as well?
Has Bewley gone?
I don't see him on the
Bewley's
list.
Gone. Bewley's DNF.
Oh my god.
So... you couldn't script this, people. So we have Matt Clark in the comms booth with us after software failure. Ended his race only not even 10 minutes ago. And Bewley, just with a commanding drive all night, was under no pressure to perform and bring it home. And where is he now? They are loading that car on the trailer. And I suspect, maybe like yourself, a software error there.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere. That's the only thing I can think.
Wow.
Let me find out.
So, again, Ichikawa, who would have thunk it? We were watching Ichikawa chasing down Gunther Rowe pretty much the whole freaking race so far. And all three of those guys have gone backwards, and now he sits on the top of it. The top. We only got 7 odd minutes to go. Goddard, with a big send on Firth there on that last lap, puts himself back in second. I don't think Nick will be too worried about it. Quite happy to keep his nose out of trouble at this late stage of the race and get his feet on one of those steps on the podium. Gunther Rowe, after that little half spin before. We've talked about this BMW having to conserve. Rowe hasn't looked quick for the last 20 odd minutes. Still holding down 4th position, but has a very handy Harry Lawrence chasing him down.
I have a Bewley update.
We have a Bewley update. Thank you.
It says his pedals failed.
It's a hardware failure.
Yeah.
Oh, what a night some of these guys are having as we just get out of the front passenger seat of Harry Lawrence's car here as he chases Rowe. There's no conserving from Mr. Lawrence, I tell you. With, what do we got? 6 minutes to go. Can Rowe hold him out? What's that? 6 minutes. Oh, geez, what are you talking? 4 laps? They're already nearly halfway through this one. I think we're going to see that Lawrence car change position with Rowe. Just quietly. I think our top 3... Oh, look. If we don't see any mistakes, we're going to see these 3 stand on the podium here tonight. Rowe, however, currently running in 4th. I think his position is very much provisional as we wind this race down, because I think Harry Lawrence has got the eyes on, slowly been chipping his way through this field. Chris Fraser and Hayden Tegg. I think Lawrence is the only guy that's actually come past these guys. So good solid effort from both Fraser and Tegg in a couple of mighty Mustangs there. Nice work from both those boys. Then, like we mentioned, obviously Pete Dawson in recovery mode. And then it's just a gaggle of freaking BMWs and all sorts of stuff. And Mercedes-Benz down the back here with Wozniak, Dixon, Thackeray, Worcester. Oh, Worcester, he's not, sorry, Ken. You're not in a BMW or a Mercedes. You are in the Lexus. Let's get eyes on that. Bateman in the Lamborghini. Marnie. Oh, Marnie. Gets the big pedal. Too much of the loud pedal there, Marnie. Out of 1. Tricky corner. Don't want to get that thing in the wall at this late status to the race. Adrian Kramer in 15th. Lily Glass in 16th. Steve Crossan in 17th. In very much in recovery mode too after a lap 1 error. And Mr. Fox rounding out the 18th. And that is the field. Let's get back up the front. Sparks are flying off Ichikawa's car. George Goddard in 2nd, Nick Firth. Matt, how is the new Mercedes compared to driving the Aston Martin last season?
So, it feels a lot nicer to drive here. So I did the 6 hours at Cota on the weekend.
Yep.
And it's the best I've felt in the Mercedes since jumping into it. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Yep.
I feel like the brakes fade a lot more in this, or at least maybe with tyre wear. It feels like the braking gets a lot worse, a lot quicker than the Aston did, which is hard to adjust to. But
interesting.
Yeah, most of the differences seem to be how they handle like 1 braking and 2 on throttle. The Aston is really good on the nose.
Yep.
Both under braking and on throttle, whereas the Merc seems to understeer quite a lot when you start putting your foot down.
Yeah, okay, yep. Just that rear end grip, obviously pushing the front of the car. And sorry to interrupt there as well, because who was that? Just spinning Rowe there. That might have been Fraser actually was tucked up in behind. So Lawrence had got past Rowe. Rowe looking even slower now, so he's definitely running on fumes. Came right back to Fraser there, and Fraser just getting tangled up on the back of Gunther Rowe's BMW, turning around now. Rowe back into 8th, so that's also Tegg and Pete Dawson past him as well. So it is going from bad to worse for Gunther Rowe. Unlike this top 3 smashing it out. So a couple of guys with car changes this season too, which is, some of them have been good, some of them not so good.
Sorry, I'm very distracted right now. I was reading what Bewley was saying to me.
Oh no, that's okay. Just saying. Oh yeah, a couple of guys changing car brands
Yes,
from last
yeah.
season. So yeah,
Quite a few.
some of them making them stick and some not, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. George has been fast in the Ferrari, but he's been struggling to keep it pointed the right way. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can bring this home.
Well, it's looking very much like that, and the positions continue to change. Like, look, it was only a few minutes ago we were calling Ichikawa Goddard first with Gunther Rowe in fourth position. Now it's Lawrence over Fraser, over Tegg, and Pete Dawson and Gunther Rowe back in eighth. So how quickly this race is changing with right down to the end here, 25 seconds to run on this one here. It is the last few seconds of this 60-minute race here at Cota, the short track for round 3 in Rain Night Racing's 2025 LMU Series, second of the LMU Series they've run this year already. Proudly sponsored by SIMBLACKS, as always, and also proudly brought to you on the internet by MATCHFIT Entertainment. Davo here on the mics with Matt Clark, guest,
Hello, everybody.
commentator, part of the MATCHFIT family now.
So when's my paycheck? Or...
No one gets paid here, mate.
All right, have a good one, Davo.
That's okay. Beers in the fridge. That's it. Awesome stuff. But yeah, look, we would love a bat up here.
Dawson's at 0%. Is he going to make it?
In the comms box. Under better circumstances, but both Nathan and Matty Clark here. Is he going to? He's halfway around the lap. My God.
If he makes that, impressive.
As Ichikawa rolls around the final of the right-handers here, he would not have seen this first position coming when he started this race. Ichikawa, Isaac, unbelievable, as he rips it out of the final corner there. He will be so happy. Goddard will just be taking a breath, just taking a breath. The relief. Firthy, he'll be stoked at that. Fraser around the corner, and look at Tegg right behind him. These two boys come right back together.
Dawson stopped going.
And Dawson is rolling. Oh, Lawrence is going to get him.
He also didn't make it stick, so he's losing positions and has a penalty. That's brutal.
So that's Dawson into the pits. Lawrence passed. I'm sure Dixon will go past. He is going to have to stop here. Surely he could have rolled across. What's going on there? Oh, he's got to finish. Oh, he just gets penalised anyway if he doesn't top up. So, Will Dixon rounding the final corner in 8. Gunther Rowe persisting. Nice work, Gunther. Tough gig, brother. Never back down, never stay down. Gunther Rowe in 9th, Pete Dawson, Gunther in 8th, Pete Dawson in 9th, Sam Wozniak rolling across the line in 10th position. Ken Worcester in the Wheels Inc. Lexus. You cannot miss this car on track, and Worcester. And look at it, it's immaculate. It's not a mark on that thing. Runs across the line for 10th position. Nice work, Ken. Kept it on the track, kept it pointed in the right direction when others didn't. Brings home a top 10. Nice work there, if you can get it. Clarky, you going to hang around for some driver interviews, or are you going to run away?
I can, if you want me to.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know what I'd ask.
You are more than welcome.
In this situation.
You can just listen to me bang on. This isn't my gig. It's usually a J-man thing, but we are going to rock this anyway. Just why? Because we can. And the first person we're going to get down here, and I hope he's bloody ready, is going to be none other than Nick Firth. Nick Firth. Do we have comms, my friend? Or he's probably run to the bathroom. Hang on. We got something.
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
What's going on? Well, you're on the bloody one of those steps on the podium there, so it means you come up and talk to us.
Oh, mate, it was just a little bit of a survival tactic, that one, I think. So that'll be a good one to watch back. So.
Well, it worked, you know. So, and look who I've got in the comms box here, Matt Clark.
Hello.
Mr. Matt Clark, hello.
Big result, Firth. Well done.
Cheers, mate. It was a little bit fortuitous, and a little bit of good karma there as well. Me and George were having such a good battle the whole race, and he ended up losing a spot after, I think, contact with Gunther in a spin or something. So I told George, I was like, mate, you go for it, because we were just having such a good battle, and I don't know, it was a good way to do it. And then kind of worked out because I got third in the end anyway, which was really stoked with. Top 5, I was going to walk away happy. Third, I'm stoked. So yeah.
Pardon me, choked on my beer. You should all three of you guys should be stoked. A war of attrition going on in front of you, and you guys just kept it pointing in the right bloody direction. And lo and behold, where are you?
Yeah, I think we were all just happy in that group, to be honest. Like, I know I just tucked in behind George, because I know even if I got in front of George, that's just going to invite a whole bunch of pressure on me, because he's a quick driver, and I was quite happy to just let other people do the work and kind of just tuck in.
take along.
Yeah, and every downhill section just coast and short shift
man
and
than me, brother.
Save some fuel. So yeah. Nice. Mate, I'm not as young as you, Matt. So I just I think we were lapping really quite fast. Like our times were pretty good, but old mate Bewley and Matt Clark up the front were just another level. So I think you just got to know where to pick your battles. Those guys are up top. So I thought maybe Isaac. I knew George was probably trying to conserve a bit of fuel, and I thought maybe Isaac was too. So I was kind of happy to just sit in that pack and just see how long we could take the cars, and it paid off, I guess. So,
if they were, it didn't show. They looked like they were freaking flat out the whole way. And I think it was Satherley that was in there amongst that little group there at one stage early on.
I think it was Costas.
Costas.
It was the four of us, Isaac, Costas, and George and myself, and then we were slowly catching up to Gunther. But yeah, I thought when we started to catch Gunther that maybe he was happy with the gap that he had, and he was just trying to take it a little easier, just to conserve some fuel. But then I saw his energy start to deplete quite rapidly. So
Oh, look, awesome stuff, mate. It's good to watch. You guys got heaps of airtime because that's where the fight was. So
I think you could have thrown a blanket over it. So pretty much the whole 1 hour. So yeah,
for very much of it, mate. So yeah, good watch back that one. Plenty of airtime and some really good close racing from all three of us. There's a few guys coming and going there, but awesome stuff.
Yeah, keen to see that train going at it. It looked like you guys were really close together, especially early on.
Yeah.
It was like,
definitely. It was super tight. So yeah.
Awesome. Good on you, Nick.
Thank you.
Nice podium, Firth. Well done.
Cheers, boys.
Nick Firth, everybody. Okay, who do we have? George Goddard next. Mr. George Goddard, do we have you live on the comms here?
Hey.
Oh, we do. How are you after just sneaking on the podium? Did you see that coming? Tell me, honestly.
Oh, I was definitely fortunate because of a few others' misfortunes. So,
Sure.
um,
That's
We
sim
don't know
racing.
who.
yeah,
We have no idea who.
No,
yeah, yeah.
ignore,
No, I
ignore
feel
him.
bad for you guys, but
I
oh
wouldn't.
well. Yeah, I mean it happens, eh? It's like a mechanical failure.
That's racing. I view
Yeah.
it exactly like that, George. Same. Yep,
It is.
100%.
It is. It's
Yeah.
like a mechanical failure, but it's software failure. Either way, it's a failure.
Yeah, and it happens. It's
It just
probably
does.
going to happen to all of us, and it has happened to me. So I know what it's like.
Yep. And what a race you guys were in. Ichikara in front there, and you and Firthy. And we're just talking to Firth. It's like, because you guys went together the whole race. Like, you guys got so much airtime. A couple of guys sort of were in that mix off and on throughout the race, but you guys just stuck it out the whole way. And like Firthy said, you could have just about thrown a blanket over the three cars for nearly the whole race. It was amazing to watch. Yeah, so stellar work. Just it's so hard. It's so easy to get it wrong when you're just chasing and following like that for such long periods of time. So awesome stuff.
Yeah, I think like for a lot of the race, I was just following Isaac's car because he was literally blocking the apex, so I just could not see the apex of like half the corners for pretty much the whole race. So that was pretty fun. But just follow this big white Lexus in front of me. That was sort of all I could do. You can't really overtake here. It's just so difficult.
It's just
and especially
corner after corner, isn't it?
Yeah, and on that straight, even if I got a really great exit, I just couldn't punch through the air fast enough. So I guess that's just because of the Ferrari. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with P2. I didn't see it coming really, to be honest.
No. So just Ferrari things. And how was the Ferrari this week? It's a change of car for you, George, wasn't it, this season?
Yes, yeah. So I was in the Mustang last season, and then a Ferrari this season, and I would say, it's a bit of a more edgy car. It's a little bit harder to drive, maybe, but I like it. You just got to be quite careful and just careful on your turn in, and just probably a little bit smoother than you had to with a Mustang, but it's a lot nicer on tires, especially those front tires. The Mustang sort of tended to just turn into a big understeery pig after a while. So
yeah,
they just go to jelly.
I'm guessing the Ferrari is like really decent mid corner.
Oh yeah. That's a great car. I really like it. Yeah, it's just if you get it in a spin, it's hard to get it out of one. Or it has a snap of oversteer, and then all of a sudden it grips up and sends you to the other side.
Yep. Oh dear. But look, well, even in saying all that, you did a stellar job keeping it bloody doing what it should be doing for 60 minutes straight, because you really need to keep your eyes and your focus going like for that whole race, mate. So
yeah, it was quite interesting, because you had to also fuel save for this race to be able to no stop it. So
I did not realize that was going to be a thing until halfway in.
You had to fuel save. So it added a whole nother dynamic to it, I think.
Of course.
Which was I liked it. It was awesome. I enjoy the extra challenge of that.
Absolutely.
Well, you are the king of it, given you got your win that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Thanks, George, for joining us in the comms box, and thanks for putting on such a show tonight,
cheers,
mate.
guys.
Yeah, really good stuff. Like I said, you guys got plenty of airtime, mate, so watch that one back. It was awesome stuff.
Yeah, will do.
Thanks, George Goddard. Second position on the podium tonight as we sneak this one last driver down here, the none other than Isaac Ichikawa. How are you doing, my friend? What a race.
Yeah, g'day guys, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Stellar. I think I've asked all three of you guys, or the other two so far. Did you see that podium position coming when you started this race? I mean, really, it's amazing.
Well, I knew from the start of the race when Gunther passed me, I was I'm not going to try and fight it. because from the start of the race, I was kind of fuel save anyway, and I'm sure pretty much everyone else was, or possibly.
Yep.
Gunther had quite a healthy gap, and then I think he must have looked at everyone else's VE and gone, "Oh shit, think I need to fuel save." And yeah, and then caught him, and then unfortunately he had that spin.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunate for Matt and Nate. But
Of course.
technical issues happen. And hey, if there's any positive, none of you get points.
Yeah, I think it's quite fitting that the two championship leaders from last championship and currently 1 and 2 in the championship now DNF in the same race. That's kind of worked out well.
Yeah, exactly. So hey, that's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's even.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice win though, dude. Congrats.
And
Thank you.
And what a race! Like, you had the pressure on the whole time. The boys that behind you really weren't letting up for what seemed like the whole race, full 60 minutes nearly. Like your mirrors were full.
Mate, I wasn't even looking at my mirrors, to be honest. I was like,
Perfect.
probably best to just look forward.
Yeah.
And if I see them come up on my radar, I'll just, obviously see that. But yeah, it was good. I just knew I had to put the car in certain places and slow down in certain places more than others.
Yep.
And then out of the last corner, get a good exit.
Sure. Yeah, well, it definitely worked, mate. And stellar job. I've said it to the other boys. You guys got so much airtime. You raced so close for the whole race, and it was really exciting to watch. And it probably ramped up a little bit more as the likes of our co-commentator here, Matt Clark, exited the race, and then obviously Brandon. So it's just crazy race. Crazy race. Good to watch.
Yeah, crazy race. But I think also myself, Nathan, and Hayden did the 6 hour, and then Matt obviously did the 6 hour Cota on the weekend.
Yes,
and, I think it was good practice as well. I mean, I was in the Mercedes for the 6 hour on the weekend, but hey, nonetheless, it's track knowledge.
Absolutely. Oh, so bad luck.
Congrats on the P2 there, by the way.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Absolutely.
It was a good race. I got done by someone who fuel saved, so there you go.
So, Karma. Here we go.
Anyway, boys, thanks for the support. Hopefully, Pap before he comes back. I'm sure your throat is feeling pretty dry, hence you having the beers. So good on you, mate.
Oh yeah, a couple of beers, it's actually hard to even get get a sip in because the eyes, I've got monitors going everywhere and my chubby little fingers clicking buttons all over the place. But yeah, trying to keep up with it. But awesome. Look, it's yes, the throat does get a little hoarse, especially when you guys are putting on such a show. And there's plenty to talk about. So yeah, appreciate that. And congratulations on the win, Isaac. We are going to let you go now. And
cheers, mate. Might have a drink myself.
Yes.
And watch the stream back.
Well earned. Oh, look, you'll enjoy that one, mate. Featured plenty in it. So good on you, mate. And we'll, no doubt, hopefully see you up here next week.
Yeah, hopefully. See how we go at Monza. But have a good night, guys.
Thanks, Isaac.
Have a good one, Isaac.
You too, mate.
Okay, Isaac Ichikawa, everybody. And that's pretty much a wrap. And look, obviously, we've got Matt Clark still in a guest seat here at MATCHFIT Entertainment in the comms box here.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, it'd be nicer if you were standing on the podium and we were talking about, how good the race was. But, like we still got you here anyway, so that's a win anyway in my books. Awesome stuff and great to have you up here and joining us. But we are going to start to wrap things up, Matt. So good luck next week, my friend. Fingers crossed.
Thank you.
Got
fingers crossed.
All the yes, all the computer bugs and moon bugs, just everything's aligned and we're all good to go. But look, what we are going to do just quickly before we get out of here is we are going to thank everybody that's joined us tonight here for MatchFit Entertainment's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2025 LMU Series. You just witnessed what was round 3 at Cota, and what an up and down race. Was fantastic. Thank you, everybody that's piped up in the chat box. Thanks for all the likes. Hit the like button. Support Rainlight Racing. Support MatchFit Entertainment if you like what you're watching. And we will see. Actually, let's quickly. Let's bring up a calendar. Let's see what's going on next week here. Here we go. We have an 80. Does that say 80? It does too, at Monza Curva Grande, like Isaac just mentioned. So join us all next week. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks, Matt Clark, for joining me for the last
thanks for having me.
15 or 20 minutes, my friend. We shall see you next week on track.
You will.
If nothing else, and good night from now.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, mate.